Okay, recording this video Wednesday, 29th February 2012, 3:01 p.m. Chicago time. Just recording this for the close of trade, and what a day. And all this volatility activity today is a result of Ben Bernanke opening his mouth, which just shows the market's just totally being driven by what the central banks are doing. And the best example of this is what happened in silver and gold today. Just unbelievable. So silver is currently down about 7% on the day. And classic little pattern here, a Rambo pattern, amateur up bar into exhaustion buying signal here on better momentum. And all that shows you is that the amateurs bought that breakout, 35, 36 up to almost 38 there, in the expectation that this market was just going to go and go and go. They caused exhaustion buying at that point, and that's just become really unstable, so it's kind of fallen back down. So let's kind of see if the professionals kind of pick it up in this kind of 32 to 34 dollar type range, and it actually kind of continues. The premise that quantitative easing will continue to be an important part of the market and will destroy the dollar and everything kind of paper based and so on. But that just shows a really unstable pattern. Gold 2 days ago we had end of trend signal, pull back to end of trend sequence just under 1800. And just like last time, pull back to end of trend, this thing sold off. Same thing. The move today is down 5%, just unbelievably big move in gold. Again, all as a result of central bankers, kind of manipulating the market. It's nothing more than that. So kind of we had Rambo patterns into here and then kind of pushed above it, pull back to end of trend. Again, we've got these kind of sell-off. The professionals kind of have bought it down here in the 1500s to 1600s kind of at this point. I did think they were kind of buying this breakout. So let's see kind of down here what happens next. Do the professionals kind of pick it up above the breakout level with continuation just like silver, or are we going to go into correction kind of mode here? And just to note this on the weekly chart of gold, it's also a cyclical turning point here in gold. So at this point here we actually could have some weakness for a few months in the gold chart. Just a point on this, I think this is a trade station kind of thing on a daily chart. Just this is winging around 1711 to 1694. I don't think the market's actually kind of doing that. It's just kind of trying to figure out what the close of the day is. But anyway, Euro chart. Now Euro kind of busted up to 34s over the last couple of days. We've come off a little bit today. The timing point that I'm looking for is actually on the weekly chart. Here you can see we're coming up to a cyclical resistance level on the weekly chart, which will be a pullback and a downtrend. So I think we're a few days off that, this week, next week, or whatever, for another kind of down leg in Euro. So let's kind of wait and see. And then bonds. So bonds over the last couple of days had blue professional bars. That actually is coming into a turning point on the daily chart here. And just said on this chart, we had this extraordinary rally at the end of last year, and we've just been putting in this cyclical activity, highs and lows up here, congestion zone right at the very highs. So the market's trying to figure out if it's going to break out into a continuation of the uptrend or kind of break down. So we did have these blue professional bars. Not been a particularly big sell-off in terms of bonds today. So let's see, and we've got the last kind of it's a little bit indiscriminate. This could be a rush for the door, this could be a final kind of push, and this could be a push up with blue professional bars kind of taking profits at those highs, and the US dollar, the 30-year bond contract kind of heads down. So undecided at this point, but this support levels kind of down here at 140 are absolutely critical. So those are the charts that I'm looking at. And long-term charts. I'm just going to show you this sequence kind of, you can see it on a whole bunch of low to high frame charts, and you can see it on 500 to 1500 to 4500 tip bar charts, or you can see it on 45 to 13,000 to 40,000 tip bar charts. So let me just show you first of all last couple of days in the 4,500 tip bar chart, and you can see we had this weakness on Sunday evening. It kind of sold off. I thought we'd sell off harder than that, frankly. I thought we'd kind of continue on down, but we didn't. We kind of bounced from there, very weak selling at that point, and we kind of bounced into a pullback to end of trend sequence here. So this is the left shoulder, if you like, on this sequence on the 4,000, so the lowest time frame tip bar charts in this kind of grouping. So left shoulder here, end of trend. Then you go upper time frame to 13,500, which is 3 times the 14,000. So that was the left shoulder being made by the 4,500 tip bar chart. It was Rambo patterns here. And then here's the pullback to end of trend. So this is a head being made. Left shoulder, ahead of a head and shoulders movement on 13,500. And you can see today's activity. This is all today's activity because we had a lot of volume, a lot of kind of trades kind of going through. I'm just looking at this chart because I'm just thinking we just must have a real sell-off in the last few minutes. Damn, I missed that. I got short at the end of the day at 66.50 and just pulled out a 1.5 and got scared out of a trade, and I should have hold that. Anyway, so on the 13,500 tip bar chart, pull back to end of trend. You can see flush patterns up here, Rambo. You know, all of these highs being made by Rambo patterns. It's kind of, you know, really weak buying at this point. We roll over, bang, and this is a rush for the doors. So this exhaustion selling signal is just rushing for the doors. And I always say, if we have a bullish divergence pattern that's really close to the zero line, look for something a little bit deeper to kind of come along, because that's not good enough as a kind of a divergence pattern. You'll see a test down in terms of that'll be something like a flush pattern and so on. So, you know, at these lows here on the 13,500 tip bar chart, you can see the professionals kind of coming in here and kind of picking up this level that we kind of sold off at the beginning of the week. So yeah, we're still trying to decide which way to go, whether we're breaking into a bigger downtrend or we're going to hold here and retest the highs. But on the 40,500 tip bar chart, so that's the sequence up here into the 70s, kind of roll over, bang, we've kind of hit hard in terms of selling down here. Today's chart, so 1500 tip bar chart, today was a nice day's trading. We had this kind of setup into exhaustion buying and bearish divergence, and that was a really nice little pullback to end of trend sequence on the 500 tip bar chart that was going into on the 4500 tip bar chart. Cyclical resistance up here marked the high of the day. It was really nice. So I pulled off a little 2-point trade into that move, and then didn't get short until 74 here, where you can see we're kind of testing back. So we tested back, this is amateur up bars into a blue professional bar here. Professional's kind of getting short, high doesn't get taken out, the low gets taken out, bang, into that downtrend. So I was a little bit early on that, but I was taking a trade based on the 500 tip bar chart. So 74 kind of going short here. I got out at 71 just, you know, because I got a little bit scared out of my position. I was happy with another 3 points. That gave me 5 up to that point in the day. And of course then this thing just sold off, let loose. And you know, for the end of this move, you know, pro signal exit's the place to be getting out at. So here that was a much better kind of exit point down at 68. So there was another, you know, at least 3 points in it. And you know, the end of this move is marked by a Rambo pattern, bearish divergence kind of come in. But you know, you're not going to play this. You're going to wait till the price pattern pull back to end of trend to signal this low. So when we come in with a flush signal kind of down here, amateur down bars testing this low down at 65s, and we bounce from there. But you can see the bounce that we had into this retracement level at 72, very weak, being led by the amateurs. Rambo patterns up here, I think on the 4500 tip bar chart, amateur up bars at this point here. It was a pullback in a downtrend on the 4500, and we kind of keep on selling down. So, and on the downside here, we've now made end of trend with another exhaustion selling signal kind of down here, and the market's about to close. So I'm angry that I didn't, I only picked off a 1.5 kind of coming down here, because I got out at these blue professional bars as they kind of came in, so that was kind of dumb. But anyway, the low of the day got broken here. We retraced a bit and then kind of back down again. So extraordinary activity today. Hope you kind of had a good day's trading. I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't hold for my targets during the day, just getting kind of a little bit scared out of positions instead of just holding true. I mean, with all these things, if you've got the trend direction right, you know, the trade will come good. So you should be waiting and waiting and waiting. But that's my, you know, one of my many faults. Anyway, hope you had a good day's trading today. Short 74 even, short 74 even, and just checking my stops and targets. Reason for getting short, 1500 tip bar chart. We sold off really hard. We had this pullback to end of trend sequence, topped out at 77 and a quarter. Got out my long here, but there's just been nothing on the way down as a retracement to get in. Pullback in a downtrend, just gone off on 500 tip bar chart. I know I've had exhaustion selling. There's a big reading down here and a bullish divergence, but you know, no blue professional bars, got a little bit of ways to run on 45, so I don't think this is over. I think we're going to kind of test back down, just maybe support becomes resistance here on the 500. Maybe should have been waiting for a professional bar or something to come in on 500, but this move is kind of being led by the amateurs. A little bit of a bounce here. Come on, turn around. was the previous low for the day, kind of the open. So let's see, short 74 even. Minutes later, probably should have been waiting for this blue professional bar's kind of come in on the 500 tip bar chart, kind of breaking the lows of that, and 1500 not broken the low yet, but it's kind of a good sign. So it was around the place where, 75, 76 here, it was sudden kind of rush for the doors on the 1500 tip bar chart. Professionals kind of selling down, comes back into that type of zone. We hit it, the professionals come back in, kind of selling it again. So I think this might be good. So let's see, still short 74 even. Here we go, sitting on a little bit of a ledge here, just above 73. Little push up to 74 is a amateur up bar, kind of breaking the lows there. Kind of Rambo there. We've got cyclical support kind of due on 500, but blue professional bar selling down here and selling down here, and we've got blue professional bar kind of here as well. So and we're breaking the lows of all of those. So I don't think this is gonna hold, and we might kind of break to new lows. 70 is the target here, and let's wait and see. Just had Rambo patterns into blue professional bar on 500 tip bar chart. This is probably an end of trend or a dirty end of trend here. Now we've got support kind of due here. So the question is this going to be just a double bottom? Bullish divergence kind of comes in. There we go. End of trend kind of comes in. Is that going to be a double bottom? We get a and this kind of ends up being the low, and we bounce back up. I don't think so. Just no blue professional bars at the lows here on 1500. So I think we're gonna break this one. A little bit of strength here, and then keep on going. Okay, here we go. Another pass down. Test it back up to 74's cyclical resistance coming 500 tip bar chart. But we've not seen exhaustion selling on the downside on the 500 tip bar chart. This exhaustion selling was getting this move going, so that's all we've had so far. So I think we're going to break these lows, break through 72s, and kind of keep on going. Support's kind of coming on 45, but this was a blue professional bar kind of selling down, so this could be a little bit of a bigger move. In 1500, we're not seeing blue professional bars at the lows here, and again, this kind of exhaustion selling signal was almost like a, similar to the 500 tip bar chart, kind of getting this going. So let's see. I think we're going to come to 72, give up, and shift down again. Hopefully 70's the target. Trying real hard to hold it here. We've got support 72s all three time frames. That exhaustion selling kind of came in on the 500 tip bar chart, but now we've got to see bullish divergence on this to hold it. Another blue professional bar. Let's see the lows of that kind of get taken out, and we kind of keep on going through. No blue professional bars yet on 15, so I don't think 72 is going to hold. Here's another blue professional bar. Here we go. So if we go through 72, we'll get some fireworks, hopefully. It was a little bit weird. We kind of broke to 71.50. Blue professional bars came on all three time frames, and had a little bit of a spike back up to 72.5. Amateur up bar though, resistance kind of comes in. Okay, we continue to break down. This is good. And flush signal kind of went off down here. So we had pullback to end of trend. Exhaustion selling kind of comes in here. Bullish divergence comes in. So second cyclical turn after end of trend, but this is kind of in the wrong spot. So just hoping for 70 and 70.50, and we've got Rambo patterns kind of coming in here. 10,000 on better momentum, 1500 tip bar chart. It's pretty extreme reading down here. So here we go. Let's just get taken out at 70, please. 21.43. Exhaustion selling kind of came in here. Blue professional bars after Rambo patterns here. It's another flush signal. Already had 2 on the first trade, so don't want to get greedy rather than wait till 70 got hit. Rather just be out, not having to sit through a retrace. So that's not too bad. 2 trades, 5 points. So that's good. Got beat up Monday, Tuesday, but come back a little bit on Wednesday, so happy with that. Hope you traded well today. A couple of minutes later, and resistance on 500 came in. This was where I was getting out at 71s, and this thing just fell like a stone. Through 70s, through 69s, hit 68s, and this is where we get exhaustion selling, pro signal exits, blue professional bars kind of come in. So this is the place to be getting out, not at 71s. Dumb. Anyway, so I suppose, I'm glad to be out, but just have to be better at sticking to targets and holding through just a little bit of a noise in order to get that extra 2 to 3 points. Now we're going to 67s. What do you know?